In this video, we are going to look at how and when you should make your seat selections on Delta Airlines. Welcome everyone, I'm Mark, and in today's video we're going to look at how to make seat selections with Delta Airlines. I'm going to assume a couple of things. Number one, that you've already made your ticket purchase and you know what flight you're going to be on. And number two, we're going to be doing this on the mobile app. It looks pretty much the same on the desktop, so you will be able to follow along either way. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is log in to my Delta account. So make an account. Even if you are not a frequent flyer, I always recommend that you join the frequent flyer program. It's just easier. You have a profile and a lot of your information is automatically saved. So I would encourage you to do that. Now, when do you make your seat selection? As soon as you book that flight. A lot of people think you have to wait until you are checking in order to get your seat assignment. That is not true. Now, I'm waiting kind of till the last minute because this was a last minute flight choice for me. I'm also going to tell you this might be a weird one. As I make this video, we are experiencing the coronavirus lockdown, and this is a Canadian flight. I'm flying from US into Canada, so I may or may not even make it into the country. That will remain to be seen. However, you're going to see on here that a lot of seats are blocked off, and the reason they're blocked off is due to social distancing. They're creating space on the plane. But you might be looking at this from the future and saying, boy, I remember those days. I hope you are, and it's much better. But let's take a look. So after I log into my account and I select that flight, in my case, they're going to show a list of flights. If this is your only flight, they'll only show one. You click on it, and the first thing you're going to see is this screen. It's going to tell you all about your flight. And this tells me that I have 21 hours until check-in. I can modify the flight, seat selection, extra trips, track my bags, upgrade, standby, so on. The only thing we're going to look at this time is seat selection. Notice, even though it's 21 hours before check-in, I can still make my seat selection. So as I click that, it shows a map of the plane. And you see that green seat toward the top? That's my seat. Now, I know these planes pretty well, but you may not. So what I would recommend, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute, is to go to Seat Guru. But let's analyze this particular seat. I pretty much like this seat. The reason being, it's aisle. I like aisle. I notice the seat behind me is grayed out. That's probably due to social distancing, but it means I'm not going to have an issue if I want to recline and that type of thing during the flight. I also notice that the seat next to me is grayed out. So this looks like a really nice seat. Now, as we move ahead, you'll notice there are, 10 Delta Comfort seats available, and this is less than 48 hours before the flight. I am going to guess that I might get a complimentary upgrade anyway. I don't have very high status with Delta. I'm only a silver passenger. But Delta is really good about upgrades. With 10 available seats, there's a really good chance I might get that. But it looks like there is a barrier or a break between there where the words main cabin are. There's not. It's just that next Delta Comfort seat in front of you. So this is a fine seat. I'm not going to change it. As we click next flight down in the bottom corner, you see my next flight is almost identical seat. The weird thing here, the seat behind me has a star. Now, if I want to change, any blue seat on this plane is available to me. However, if I choose a seat that has a star, it means that it's considered a better seat and they might charge you a little bit for that seat. I don't understand why that one is considered a star. I know why the one behind it is. The one behind it is an exit row, so you get more legroom. But the one in front of that is probably a limited recline because it is in front of an exit row. And as we move to this one, you see there are also, wow, almost the entire Delta Comfort is available. We have, let's see, 14 seats available. Really good chance I'll get an upgrade on this one. Now, I want to check this seat. I'm just going to show you what it's like. I know that would be a good seat, but I'm going to show you what it's like by going to Seat Guru. So with Seat Guru, it's an app that you can download, and it's going to ask three things. What is the airline I'm flying on? What is the date of my flight, of my travel? And what is the flight number? Then it says find seat. And I'm going to look for my seat. My seat was row 10, seat C. So if I look at 10C, it's a first seat in economy. So you can see there is no wall barrier in front of that. And when I click it, it says 10C is an economy standard, no power, no TV. That's fine. It looks like a fine seat. Now, if that seat was in red, that's telling me there might be a problem. I didn't click the red one here during this demo, but if I were to, it would tell me why that seat might be an issue. So I like Seat Guru because it gives me information on planes that I may not be familiar with. Let's look at the return flight. On the return flight, this looks fantastic. It's an Airbus A321 that is very, very similar to the 737s. I like them a little bit better. There's just some nicer things when you sit in the aisle seat. You don't have, there's a bar that comes down in the 737s that they don't have in the Airbus 321. So I really like this plane. I love this seat. You'll notice that the center rows are blocked out due to social distancing. So I got my aisle. There's no one next to me. And now I'm seeing that someone already has the window seat there. That's fine. That's what the X indicates. I'm really happy with this seat. Let's go to the next flight. Once again, this is behind an exit row, but that doesn't matter to me because from my perspective, it's just another seat. So if I were to go to Seat Guru and look up seat 14C, that looks like, no issue there. You can see this is a standard economy seat. So it's that simple. All you need to do is go to seat selection. If the seats are blue, you can select them. If the seats have a star, you can still click on them, and it usually, well, it doesn't usually, it will tell you how much money you would have to pay to upgrade to that. If you click it and select it, that's your new seat assignment. It really is a pretty simple process. Now you notice I kept all my seats. I did not change any of mine, but the process to change it would have been as simple as clicking on one of the blue seats, and that would have been my new seat. And if you say, oh, I made a mistake, just click back to the original seat you have, and it won't take effect until you leave that screen. So it's a very simple process. Do it as soon as you can. Get the seat you want. It does allow you to see if it's an $8 upgrade or a $12 upgrade. You might say, oh, that's worth it. I will pay for that. Sometimes they are priced to a point where I don't think it's worth it. I won't pay $35 for a exit row seat because in my mind it's not worth it just to get that extra legroom, but you might like it. So if you have questions, please leave them down below. I try to answer as many as I can. If you're new to the channel, click my face in the corner to subscribe and ring the bell icon up above. That way you'll know when I post new videos. Oh, and please give the video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Mark.